Hi, I'm Carol, and welcome to my studio in San Marcos, Texas. So I like to hand build. I'll hand build sculptures and functional pieces. This piece right here, called Roller Skating Chickens in Love, is coil built out of a sculpture clay. It's underglazed and fired in an electric kiln. This piece is also hand built. It's called I'd Like to Speak to Your Manager, Please. It was fired to cone 5 or 6 in an electric kiln. She's a pretty sassy cat, talking on her banana cell phone, threatening to call the manager to report her bad customer service. Hello? I want to speak to your manager. Smaller sculptures and my cups and my earrings are made out of porcelain, and I'll use molds for them. So here I have some head molds, and then in this damp box I have other components of the smaller sculptures that have come out of the molds, and they're just waiting for me to stick them together. And I just love putting bananas in underwear and putting them on walls. I started making earrings recently. So I've been making rain cloud earrings and then earrings with my favorite foods like avocados and pink avocados, which don't really exist, but you know, that's cool. And pickles, because I love pickles. I just love making my avocado earrings kiss. So here's a couple of shots of my studio. It's a pretty small space. It's about 110 square feet, so I keep it super tidy for the most part. Everything gets put away at the end of a work day. I start with a clean room each work day. I keep my underglazes in this little file cabinet. Like I said, I like to keep everything put away, and I put the names of the colors on the lid so I don't have to dig through. And yeah, I just like having everything tidy. About once a week, I will check and answer my fan mail as it arrives. And this is last week's bag of fan mail. And I just think it's important to keep in touch with my fans and answer their questions about my work and my process. And by the way, I don't let this all go to my head, all these fan letters that I get. Dear Carol, how do you make those amazing banana earrings? Sincerely, Bethany from Scottsdale, Arizona. Great question, Bethany. I first have to start off with a microwave-safe container. I like Pyrex. Then I put in a comfy mattress and little miniature pillow into the Pyrex microwave-safe container. Then I take 2 bananas, has to be 2. And I just get them nice and cuddly in with each other in this container. Make sure they're snug and the tips have to touch. Get those tips touching, just like that. And then I get a nice soft blanket and I tuck them in this nice blanket, all snug as a bug in a rug. Then I take my bananas and I put them into the microwave oven and I set it for 4 seconds. All right, pick them up. It's a little warm. And here we have them, just out of the microwave. I'm gonna gently remove this blanket, and here we go. I have 4 pairs of earrings because remember guys, I microwaved for 4 seconds, so that's 1 second per pair of banana earrings, and they come out already with the ear wires attached, ready to go to ship off to their new homes all over the world. Next letter. Dear Carol, how do you make your cups so darned beautiful and perfect? Love, Wilma from Decatur, Indiana. Great question, Wilma. I roll out slabs. I cut out the shapes of the cups, the floor and the walls using a template. And then I put these pre-rolled slabs into the molds that I've made. And I put them on a banding wheel and I smooth them with a sponge to get them all nice and compressed. Then I let them dry just for a few minutes till the clay separates from the wall of the plaster. You can see that happening here. Then I pop them out of their mold. When I take the pieces out of the molds, there's still some lines that need to be smoothed where the 2 slabs got joined together, and then on the top also it's kind of rough from where I cut it out. So I just use a sponge and a rasp and an X-Acto knife sometimes to get those top edges even and smooth, get the floor of the cup blended in really well with the wall of the cup. And I love that purple modeling tool that you guys see. That's one of my favorite tools. I used to not use molds, but I would piece together my cups and hold them in my hand, trying to get them nice and round without the aid of these molds, and it took so much more time. Now that I use molds, I've seriously cut my production time in half, and I get very, very consistent cups. Then my smoothed out cups go into a damp box where I keep them nice and moist until I'm ready to decorate and carve onto them. Last letter. Dear Carol, I love your cups. Just wondering, can I drink from them or will they dissolve when wet? Clarence from Malibu, California. Great question, Clarence. These cups have been high-fired in a kiln and the inside is glazed so they will hold water, and they're food safe and perfectly functional.